I'm out and about with Belzy again today, and we are off to explore Waratah Park. The problem with Waratah Park is coming in the front entrance, there's a lot of houses around there, and I'm a bit worried that one of them is going to tell us to turn around and get out. And the old Borelli Road Trail, which is up here, has now houses on it. So there is a big sign saying private property, do not enter. So we're going around the outskirts of their fence. We've found a few goat trails down here which people may have made to try to get around these houses that are just on top of the ridge here. If you notice down here somewhere, there's another private property sign. So we have to clear these houses first and then jump back onto the Borelli Trail. Well, I was going to follow the fence line up the top here, but it was pretty inaccessible, and down through here seems to be not too bad. There's the kangaroo, Skippy, in the distance. You see here, right here, it says private property, no entry. I'm just hoping if we go enough around, it will be no longer private property. This isn't a national park or anything like that. So this one here is 149 Borelli Road, Duffys Forest. That's someone's house. We're going to continue straight down there, clear this house up here, and then jump back onto the trail. See where the grass down here has been trod on, maybe the wallabies. I think if we keep on heading around here, Bill, there will come a time where there's no more houses up on that ridge and we can shoot off up onto that trail again. Just be careful through here, it's pretty wet, yeah? You can see a post there that probably leads to their driveway. There is a track going around here. As long as we keep these houses in our sight, then we know we're not going to be veering too far off. You okay? Yeah, we're walking straight down here. I just want to clear that last house. I don't like bringing attention on myself. And then we have no idea what the security is like in Waratah Park. Which way? Down this way? Yeah. Well, I think it's a dry creek bed. Over this way? It might be, yeah. It might be. Maybe this is the way people rejoin the once former Borelli Road Trail. We're still pretty close to that house there. I think we're going to come into a bit more dense bush now, so we'll keep on walking down and we'll give you an update a little bit further around if we've cleared these houses. So what we've done, we've parked the car all the way up there, gone through the bush, a little bit of bush bashing, but it wasn't too bad. And here's the gate. So the Borelli Trail must continue from here right, exactly where we want to go. But notice that would have been the Borelli Trail leading us back up to the car, but it's since been bored out on the outskirts of that trail by houses in the last, again, 20 to 30 years. So this is what happens. You can come up here, babe, but we'll get a picture of this gate. Yeah, you get these people buying off land that's for sale around these once well-worn used tracks, and you can no longer access them. So we are now clear to try to get in. See, RFS, council vehicles only. So this is an easy walk back up to the car through here, but it wasn't all that bad going through the bush there. So once we get to this gate, we'll just retrace our steps and make our way back to the vehicle. Now if we follow this, this should bring us on the back end of Ranger headquarters in the fictitious Waratah National Park. The reason why I decided to do this today is I've been watching a lot of Skippy and Dr. Harry. Dr. Harry's been on 7-2 in the mornings for a long time, and Skippy's on Gem in the morning. And I credit the show Skippy the Bush Kangaroo for giving me the love of the bush. In the 1970s, I can remember Skippy being on at 4 o'clock on Channel 9. So every time I'd finish public school, I'd get home and turn the TV on, and there'd be Sonny Hammond and his best mate. And it also helped going to a school that was perched right up on top of Manly Dam. The public school that I went to was surrounded by bushland, and we had the Macomb Trig Station up there as well. I just want to see what remains. I know a lot of things have been demolished. I should be able to point out where those buildings once used to be. See, someone's put a little bit of blue gravel here, concreted it so the trucks, the fire trucks I gather, and the service vehicles can grip up here in rain and mud. I measured the distance from the vehicle, and it's 1 kilometre in and it's 1 kilometre back. So it's not that far of a walk. I might have to hop in and hold your hand here, Belzy. Are you right to get across? All right. It's a nice little creek. This is the first of 3 explores today. So I thought I'd do the hardest one. And then once we complete this, we'll head back to the other side of Terry Hills and complete the other 2. Just keep a lookout on your left, looking for a building, the back verandas of Ranger headquarters. If my calculations are correct, we will be coming up on Clancy's room, Clancy Merrick, the young lady from England that was living with the Hammonds. Her room was on the back left, or the back right. If you're looking at the building from the front, where the helicopter used to land, her bedroom was on the right hand side, right at the back. I'm interested to see if Jerry's bedroom still remains, if any of the quarantine holding cages still are there. Once we get a bit closer, I'll let you know how long Skippy ran for, when Waratah Park closed down, and who owns it now and what they're intending on doing with it. We have an old open gate here, and there's a clearing just up here. If that's the building, then we may have stumbled upon it. Yep, there it is, straight up there. I didn't think it'd be this easy. So they must have brought the animals in possibly, or animals out sometimes through here. This would have been access for cars. Let's go see if there's some sort of caretaker up here. That's another house. That's not it. That's someone's driveway. Although I don't think they access this driveway anymore. We've got two gates there. I thought that was it. I thought that's too easy. Still a little bit further around, it looks like. No signs, no private property signs, so we're looking okay so far. Here's his boundary. So his property is right behind this wire here. We've got a red ribbon up ahead, so people are walking these bush tracks. This is showing you to head down the hill here to somewhere. Someone has explored down there. Can you see the ribbon, hun? Someone's put that as a marker. Just see if there's a faint trail heading down. Ranger headquarters is only a small building, so it's not going to be that much to film once we get into the site itself. Yeah, there's a little track that heads down through here. Another one there as well. See the other ribbon? Yeah. Wonder where it goes down to. Maybe a little creek or something.
Yeah, maybe. That waterfall we heard.
Possibly, yeah, we could hear some sort of... Yeah. Look how far we've come. So there's the houses up on top of the hill there where we parked the car. Oh. So we walked a fair distance. As I said, it's 1 kilometre in and 1 kilometre out. So not all that bad. Last week we did 11 kilometres, so not last week, sorry, 2 weeks ago when we did the Lower Mooney Dam and the ponds. I measured the distance and we walked about 11 k's. We've got another marker here going into the bush. This may have been a loop. Head down through here and maybe exit over this way. But we are greeted by a fence that's open. I don't like the look of this. And there's a camera right there. This might be short-lived. No, it's not a camera. Private property. Okay, Waratah Park, Earth Sanctuary, entrance 13, Namba Road, Duffys Forest, private property. See, it's now owned by the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council. This site was closed in 2006. I can remember reading reports in the early 2000s of the couple that was looking after it. The RSPCA was called on many occasions due to cruelty of animals. So they tried to fix up the enclosures and everything else that was wrong with it. I gather they ran it for another 3 years and then council closed it down. And in 2014, the Aboriginal Land Council made a claim for the land and then it was then handed over to them. I think they plan on turning it into some sort of cultural centre. So I don't know what's been done, if they're working on it. I have read that the Duffys Forest Group does a lot of tree planting and maintains the place. That would be probably once a month. On weekends, I think. So this takes you to the front entrance. That's the... There we go. We've got something here. We're stumbling upon it now. This could be it, Belsy. I'm not quite sure if this was part of the set. I don't know what this is. What do you reckon that is? Got some rail lines. If they run rail cars there, this might have been part of an attraction back in the day. Maybe there was a little train that ran you through the bush, and this would have been the station. I also read that the house was built in red cedar and was made for the show. The show started in the late 60s. It ran from 67 to 69 with a few episodes airing in 1970. And it was just too hard, they reckon, to film with animals. If you watch that show, how they get all the animals to do everything, I'm rather amazed. It looks so real. Even at today's standards, if you watch Skippy, it doesn't look cheap. It doesn't look bad in any way. All the stunts look pretty good. Some of the stunts that they do in the helicopter. Last night I watched an episode called, see something up, there's a fence running around it. Last night I watched an episode called The Shark Taggers, and it had the legendary Valerie Taylor appearing in it. And there was a rescue scene just off Barrenjoey Lighthouse where she was hanging from Jerry King's helicopter there, and there were sharks circling her. And it looked so barren, you could actually see the bunkers on West Head on the other side there. Look at these rocks. Yeah, there was rail lines here. I bet you there was rail lines here. This looks like a rail track. I'm thinking, look at this rock. Yeah, this is probably why they made a claim for the land. There would be significance here for the Aboriginals in years gone by. Yeah. A little bridge here. I can see something up above there. I just don't want to get out to Namba Road. If we make it all the way to the road, then we have to turn around and get up this mountain somehow. There's the house up through there. That's Ranger headquarters, I'm thinking. So we'll just see if we can enter up here. If not, we'll go back to the gate. See, there's a house there. We've got to be careful of that. I would love to go up through the bush here. That's what we're going to do. Let's go through the bush. There's a fence line there. There's the back of the house. You reckon that's someone's house or not? You can hear wallabies and kangaroos. There's a water bottle sitting on the fence there. No, I reckon we just go straight up here. Or just wait here and I'll go have a look. Okay, we've got to change of plans. Instead of going up here first, we've just spotted some sort of house down here. I don't know what that's all about. There is a water bottle right on the staircase that leads you down. Is this someone's house or? I don't know. We'll soon find out if anyone's in there. I can't see any twigs broken or anything. There's a nice wooden bridge and a pond here. I've got a spoon. Hello? Hello? No one's been here for a while. Someone was living out of it though. Got some old surfing pictures there. This plate hasn't been used for a long, long time. It's one of these old chairs from the bus stops and schools. This probably was in... Oh, that's what it is. I thought something was making a noise. We've got a possum up there. You see him? Ringtail.
Oh, there is, yeah, I know there is too. Where is he?
Just there.
Oh, hello.
You got him? You got his face?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's two ways into this place. There's this way. I've got a chain up here. Let me just see. Come out this way and take a picture of it shooting back this way. Yeah, there it is there, see? That's where we're going to try to get to. There's the red cedar. So that's the house that the Hammond family lived in. So it looks like it's in disrepair. It doesn't look like much has been done to it. The last time I've seen pictures from that place online was from 2017. What do you reckon? Just straight up here back onto the trail? Or do you want to walk through this again? Hang on, I'll just... Alright, you head back up there. I'm just going to go into this one room here. Hang on, Bells, come back this way. No graffiti or anything. Wow. You seen the date on the... Have you seen the date on the surfing picture?
No.
Have a look at it. See how good your eyes are.
I love the Hayuki Japanese wave. That's what...
Can you see the date?
73.
1973. Skippy Park was still operational then. Here we go. There's something. So Terry Hills. You've got something up here. It says Terry Hills. So they bought this in the timber place here somewhere. 2010? Might be 2010.
First 1-0.
Yeah, might be 2010. Someone's braced this up in 2010. I bet you this was falling apart because the corrugated iron up top looks new, and they've tried to fix it a little bit. Now is the moment of truth. We're going to head up a track into Ranger headquarters. This may have been accommodation for the cast and crew. I do know that Jerry's bedroom was used as a changing room. See, that's pretty full, this bottle. Where was that truck that you seen backed up this way? Where was it? think there's any clear tracks going up. Just going to have to make your way, I think. It's going to be too slippery up here. Honey, up this way. Jeez, it was built on a rock. Saved themselves money when it comes to foundation. Makes it harder to get in. Huh? Don't be seen over that way. You're heading towards houses. You're going to have to try to make it up there. Okay, but you've got to come pretty much straight up here. I think that was the easiest way. Geez, you're making it hard for yourself. Oh. Jeez, it's surrounded by bloody rock. It's like Alcatraz. Creating too much noise for the camera. I'm going to have to jump up here. That door's open. I'll wait for Belle until she reaches me. Alright, we got Belle up. Now we're going to have a quick walk around before we twig. So that's the original road that you come in on. You should be able to slide through the fence here. God, this looks so different. Geez, the sign's still up. So this here was Jerry's bedroom. I just want to get the front of the house first. Okay, see these ponds? I read on a post that the hangar, the helicopter hangar, which was just here, it was called Ranger Headquarters Vehicle Compound, Waratah National Park. This was demolished, it was here. And it was removed for these pools, little ponds. So you've got two of them there. And if you watch the end credits for Skippy, just up there in the trees, shooting back this way, that's where the end credits were. And Jerry would be in his helicopter exactly where this pool would be. Just here, there's some animal enclosures there. It's got an egg. Looks like a turkey egg. Okay, so this is exactly where he would land the helicopter. Had the big H right here, and the vehicle compound building was right here, so that's been demolished. Those enclosures, I don't think were ever here. There's more up there as well. But we're here to see, so there's the amenities, the toilets. I think these were all put in after when it opened as a tourist attraction once the show finished. I was wondering if that stone wall would still be there, and it is. You can see Jerry's bedroom, where the cast and crew used to change, is snapped and it's falling apart. Is it open, Bill? It's open to... Once upon a time you had cameras here. I don't think they're working anymore. Couple of fridges. Okay, this was... So the back corner over here, this was Clancy's bedroom right here. Clancy, jeez, it looks so big. Yeah, this was Clancy's bedroom, and the kitchen was over here, but it's closed off. Close this. So it doesn't look like. So this is all red cedar. All this stuff. Is the power points on up there? Okay, there's power going to it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this corner of the house was Clancy and Merrick's bedroom right here. And the kitchen, looks like the kitchen was here. Maybe they moved partitions every now and again to make it look different in episodes. Yeah, see, this has changed. So this is a canteen now. So since the show aired, it's changed. They've built separate rooms, they've closed off rooms. I think that's where the kitchen was there, where Clancy would be cooking her pancakes and the boys would be pouring their cereal. Jerry's room's open. Can you slide that door a little bit, honey? Will that slide? Just see if you can slide that towards you a little bit, give me a gap. I won't? Oh, it's nailed again. Yeah. And there used to be a staircase here. There used to be a staircase just down here, because I can remember someone climbing in one of the episodes. I can remember someone climbing in to her bedroom. Glass still open. From the inside. Wow. Did you try these doors? Everything's open. Chilled foods and drinks. It's in disrepair. You just move that one picture here and show me what's underneath it. What's underneath this picture here? That's showing the gate. Now this is what the Aboriginal land councils do. They acquire land and then they just let it rot. So this talk about it turning into a cultural centre, I don't think it's ever going to eventuate. What they do, they acquire these lands and then they flog them off themselves. Look how old that Westinghouse stove is. I just noticed it.
There's power still.
I know. But look how old that is. That's 80s if I ever seen it. That brown colour,
Yeah.
that's 1980s.
Yeah. And look, the old phone on the wall.
Yeah, at the front of the building, in the episode that I watched last night, there was Quell fire extinguishers. And Quell is still selling fire extinguishers to this day.
I'm surprised there's not homeless people living here. They just don't know it's here.
Well, yeah,
This is a shelter.
I think the Duffys Forest Group.
Come and check it out.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Jerry's. You want to check that? Check that. See what's open. Are we? All right. Look how it's falling apart. So you could just see this corner of this building from the end credits. Remember, this wouldn't have been here. This was all gravel. It was beautiful gardens here, and the helicopter pad was right there, and the vehicle compound was right there. Just be careful, this building might fall apart. Oh shit, I don't want to open this because this is ready to fall. That plate of glass is ready to come down. See if we can get in through the other door. It gives you another perspective of the house. Jerry, you in there, brother? I need a helicopter ride. Some A4 frames. Chipboard, it looks like. Floor tiles. Paper cups, Coca-Cola paper cups. This must have been all left when it was still operational. You hear it creaking?
Yeah.
Be careful. Torches, they must have gave out torches. They must have had night tours or something.
How long has this been left?
It closed in 2006. So it's been derelict for nearly 20 years. But it got handed over to the Land Council in 2015. 2015, yeah. But they haven't done anything with it. This would have been a lookout. Probably looks down onto that other house, does it? There it is there. See, there's no other way up. Could have just gone up. See, there's a house up there. That's what we've got to be careful of. There's no private property signs. I bet you there is at the front gate there. Unfortunately, I can't get in here without that glass breaking. Let me just give it another little push. That's the best I could do. Go around to where the picnic tables were. I'm going to make sure we close all the doors. That door there was open. What we might do is we might drive to the front entrance once we get back to the car and just take a minute worth of footage of what that looks like and see if there's any private property signs. Lots of picnic tables from when it was operational. They still remained. And Matt Hammond's desk was right here. They had curtains here. This window was always open. So if you have a look in the show, his desk is right here, and you could always see looking out towards the helicopter and the compound, the vehicle compound. And the radio, although it's changed, the radio was here somewhere in the corner. It's where Sonny used to do his lessons. But I think that things have changed in this house from that period. But sometimes he would say, Sonny, go see if you can call Jerry. And from here, Sonny would walk down to the radio here. Flight Ranger, Jerry King. But this is the money shot, right here. It looks so much bigger in the TV show. And there was fire extinguisher here. So watch the show. The show will be on Monday morning, 7:30 on Gem. You'll see a fire extinguisher here, another one here, and they'll say Quell on them. Flagpole, that still remains. That's in the original spot. And then when you watch the end credits, have a look. It's between those trees up there, shooting back this way. They'll get a little bit of Jerry's bedroom and this house. Barbecue area, bush views to bob and head. So we've got a brand new trailer. This must be the Duffys Forest Group that comes in and maintains the land. Got lots of water bottles, so they must have done a regeneration weekend not all that long ago, because you've got a bottle there and there's the houses, see? That's how close that house is. We could have parked next to that house and come in through that way, but the problem is if you're seen and told to turn around, that's it. They're going to be fully aware then that you're here. That's why I came in around the back way. It might take a little bit longer, but as it stands, so far, we haven't been seen. This is a new building, probably just storage. I love that weather vane up there. That is awesome. It's right on the sun though. This is where they work out of. Okay. See the blowers, the leaf blowers and everything. And this is where they organise everyone. They give everyone sections here. This is their meeting room. I don't think we should be in there. This was not a part of Skippy. Huge grounds. I did come here as a kid. I can't remember anything of it though. They did say there was Dodgem cars here, probably that little train that ran in behind there. There's the amenities, so people are still using these, so this should be pretty clean. It's one of the cleanest toilets that I've ever been to. This guy's helicoptered the toilet bowl a little bit. Oh, we've got fresh toilet paper here. Or was that in the men's section? We've got the ladies. Mothers. This is where you bring in a pram with you, I think. It looks like lights come on with solar. We've got a hat here. Bell's gone down. Waratah Park Earth Sanctuary. So this was for something else. This wasn't for Skippy. They must have opened it later on, maybe in the late 90s, early 2000s. Bisley, I think this is the one that they said looks down a bobbin head. Belzy, we'll get a few pictures in front of the Waratah National Park sign, go up to where the holding cages are for the animals. So you could probably get up here as well. Can you see the trail down below? Because there's they're trying to put, this is, oh no, this is pretty old, but the fence line's down over here, so you could probably get back down to the trail. There's the trail there. Okay, so that's not too far. So there's the trail there. So you didn't have to come all the way around, although you're going to miss that house if you don't. But the fence line is down over here. There's something over here, possibly sewerage or something. There's another one up there. Maybe barbecues back in the day. There's another one there. This may have been destroyed from fire, this fence line. There's the gate down there. So as soon as you see that gate, if you come in the way we did, it's straight up on your left. You can see the signs down there. See if we can get a better view. There they are there. And Cowan Creek is down around the valley there. Such an awesome show. Still love watching it today for how quiet life was. It was so peaceful. You think about times in the 60s and 70s, everyone went out on the weekend, no one stayed home. You had places like this, Waratah Park, you had Bullen's Animal World, you had African Lion Safari, you had El Caballo Blanco. You had so many places that you could take the family. It was an awesome time to grow up. And even if you fix this up and opened it up today, it's so far out of the way that I don't think many people would come here. It'd be a novelty. They'd maybe come once or twice and that's it. Smoky Dawson's Ranch, which is down there towards the Baha'i Temple. That was a tourist attraction back in the day. All right, Bill, let's go get some pictures in front of the thinger. In front of the Ranger headquarters, and then check out those holding pens. See this building here? It's where they organise their bush regeneration. Planting of trees and mowing of lawns. 20 minutes so far. Are you filming? I'm going to get some pictures right next to the door there where that sign is. I think that's the money shot. And then we'll make our way up there. If we get caught now, it doesn't matter because we've taken all the pictures and video we want. One more look of Ranger headquarters, Waratah Park. See, that's changed as well. I'm so sure that said Waratah National Park in the show, and it was a lot bigger sign and far better letters than those. Those letters are small as well. So we're going to walk around to the cages here. This is where I think these people that were on the property in the 90s and early 2000s got themselves into trouble because the animals weren't being looked after. Yeah, this was the shot up here. So if I go up here, the end credits is from, I would say, next to this tree, because you can see a gum tree next to it. So if you watch Skippy, watch the end credits and you'll see the helicopter just here with the blades rotating, the vehicle compounds just here, and you'll see the building there with a little bit of Jerry's bedroom. There's a driveway that heads up here. Don't know where that goes. Let's just go film these cages and get out of here, because we've got 2 other explorers, and if we're here too long, there's stairs here. See, there used to be stairs that used to drop down here too, that took you into the home. How they've done, put the bricks laying sideways and put the natural sandstone on top. Is there a door to get in? Well, they closed them off. Here it is here. There it is. A little Asa Abloy with security pins. That little lock there, you wouldn't think it's hard to get into. It's hard to Bosnian build, but it is. It's got security pins in it. But with a lock like that, you just take bolt cutters and just snap it. Yeah. Now that's a house up there, and that's the main driveway. Let's just go to the main driveway up here, hun. We'll go up as far as we can. As soon as we see a person, we'll just walk straight back down, and we'll exit down that track on the Borelli Trail, okay? Did you get a picture from this end? Of this thing? Looks like they were letting something out. They may have had a rehabilitation centre here where they would rehabilitate injured animals, and when the time comes, this drops down. Or pigeons or something. But that's definitely an access out. I would say it might have been a rehab enclosure. Okay, watch it, hun. There's a car up there, so don't go too far up. Huh? Yeah, we'll just get on this trail and walk down and head out, because that's the main entry up there. Oh, there's an open door up there. All right, head around. Yeah. Let's go back down this trail and get out of here. We might drive around to Namba Road and just do a minute of filming, Bill. There's the gate there, that's where we need to get out. Once we're down here, we're home and hosed. There could be more enclosures there. I just don't know if this is part of this property or not. I'm not willing to risk it. But it wouldn't be from the show Skippy. This would have been put in afterwards. Yeah, we'll head down. Alright, that's it. That's the tour of Waratah Park here at Duffys Forest. This doesn't fall in any national park. This is on the outskirts of the Ku-ring-gai Chase National Park. And Waratah Park is a fictitious Waratah National Park is a fictitious site. There is nothing of that around these parts. This may have been the caretaker's cottage. If I was to guess, when this was open to the public up here, I would say that the caretaker was living down the back here. There's a house there. All these rocks, little ponds in all of them. Yeah, what a great time to grow up. 1970s. You still learn so much from watching Skippy now. Some of their rescues. If you look at the ladder that they dropped down the other day to rescue a guy that had his foot wedged in a rock, it looks so primitive, like it would break, but it held two people, two strong people. People sure knew how to build things back in the day to last. And that's how I love my explores to go. In without being seen, out without being seen, and leaving everything as you found it. What a beautiful walk back to the car now. In a trail that very few get to walk along anymore or get to drive along. There was his driveway. So if you look down the bottom here, there's a tree growing in the middle of it. Maybe not. Maybe it didn't come out anywhere because the terrain is getting rather high here. Maybe there wasn't an access for a car. If there was, it would be here somewhere. There it is through there. And it just looks like it comes to a dead end. Oh, it's going. It keeps on going. Who knows? It's been, what, 67, 77, 87, 97, 2007. We're coming up to 60 years. Is that right? 77, 87, 97, 2007, 2017, and 2027 will be 60 years since it premiered on Australian TVs back in the 60s. So if anyone knows what this thing was for, I remember reading a comment where a gentleman was saying he was the caretaker here in the late 80s and he knew the layout, so he would know exactly what this was all used for. If he happens to see this video, drop me a comment and let me know what we missed, if we're correct in saying this was some sort of little depot for a kid's train that used to come around. It looks like rail lines in there. And the gate's just around the corner here. And there's the fence up there. There's the fence line. So you could go up. You don't even have to go the way we came. As soon as you reach this little thing here, if you do your due diligence and suss out G maps and find out how to come in the back way, as soon as you reach this little structure, you could shoot straight up through there and into the park. And you're in the picnic grounds. I don't know how long those chairs have been sitting there for and what for. Come up to this gate, and this is where I was standing up on the rock up there. So it's another way you can head up, or you could just go up this fence line. Oh, it's pretty steep up there. This was once an electric fence. Have a look here. It was well secured once upon a time. Because remember, there wouldn't have been Terry Hills Rural Supplies and Hardware. Shop 7, 6 Morale Road, Terry Hills. And look how far down it goes. It goes some miles. I bet you it goes to the edge of the cliff and then drops down. It was very well secured. They didn't want you coming in. And prior to this land being sold off, this road would have let you out all the way to where we've parked the car. But since, as people have acquired and built houses, we now have private property. And it forces you to go into the bush. Just exiting out of another gate here. This was where that house was. And we've got the big hairpin here. So once you come around this hairpin, heading up, you know you're pretty close. We're still going to take a drive around to the front entry. We'll see if the car's still there with the door open, just to see if there's any signs saying keep out, private property, whatever else. We didn't see one on this side, apart from that old sign where the electric fence is. But the door was wide open, the gate was wide open. So I've reached the sign, probably a 10 or 15 minute walk. We are not going to trespass on their property. We're going to head back. Look how new this gate is. This has only been put in not that long ago, because I gather people were still using this trail and they're not happy. Now we've just got to remember which way we came in. Mate, we have seen so many swamp wallabies and kangaroos, it's not funny. Alright, let's... No. This wasn't too bad through here. And just follow this little trail through here, cross that little creek. Alright, this one here. No, it's not too close. No, that's probably the track that we came down. Yeah, as long as we don't encroach on their property.
How do you know what is that?
And behind that fence. No, I think it's down this way. This is the way we went. Yeah. Get down through here. You can see where the grass has been flattened by the roos jumping around. They know not to go up there as well. Once we get on the other side of that, those burnt trees, we're clear. Yeah. All right. Where's that little creek? Up through the forest? Do it. Do it, Belzy, you lead me up. Once you navigate the weeds and a little creek that runs through, you're going to get yourself a little bit wet there. You'll then come through a section here that's been burnt and the track's really visible, and you don't have any branches or anything hanging on the side here to make you dirty. And this will take us back up onto the Slades Trail, I believe it is. And the Slades Trail, we turn right, and that'll take us back to the cul-de-sac where we have parked the vehicle. Belzy, did you know I was turning the video on? Cheeky bugger. Come on. Belle was a little bit tired, which is understandable because it's 28 degrees today and we hate walking or exploring on hot days. So what we did this time around, we made a beeline from the fence down there. Instead of walking along the fence line, we came straight up and look what we've encountered. I'm not quite sure if this is Slade's Trail, but up here it is. Yeah, I think this is Slade's Trail. We've got a nice wide open bushwalking trail that will lead us straight back to the vehicle. You happy with that one, Belzy? Good call? As I said last video, the hard part is making these videos because we're sweaty, we're tired, we got scratches, we got ticks, we got leeches, whatever else. The fun part is Belle will pour herself a cocktail. I always go for the vanilla malt oak, sitting back and watching it afterwards. Slade's Lookout. Do you know there's a Slade's Lookout down here? Should we take that in? No, I don't know how far it is. No, we'll skip that. I'll find something else to do up this way and we'll come and do Slade's Lookout at another point, considering it's so easy. It's just an open trail all the way down to the lookout. Yeah, well, we've got another 2 explores to do today. What's down the other way? I didn't even see that. Duffys Wharf Track. We could catch a ferry back to your joint. Back to Edda. I'll take one little bit of video once we exit the gates here at Slade's Trail. Show you where I've parked the vehicle and then we'll drive around to the front of Waratah Park, the home of Skippy. So we headed down that fence line. It was pretty thick growth down there. You don't need to do that. Head down the Slade's Trail, turn left as you're heading towards Slade's Lookout, and then 100 metres down that trail, turn left, make a beeline. You'll see the private property sign in the distance. One way. Lucky we didn't do Slade's Trail. It's a fair way down. Oh, under a kilometre, but not that far. Just put that there. Put that there. You take a picture of that? Oh, did you? Did we come down this far? Yeah. So this is where I've parked the vehicle, right here. Cul-de-sac, away from houses and prying eyes, inside the Ku-ring-gai Chase National Park. Another Cullermine Trail. Me and Mav have done the Cullermine Trail. I'm pretty sure back in 2022 we were searching for a trick station. And just up here, left, there was a trick station that we found. It was quite a difficult one to find, and there's a whole bunch of inscriptions on that trick station from 50 years ago. So if you're into finding tricks, find the coordinates. You'll get that online. I don't know what it's called though. You'll find it in my videos. And that's when you can tell everyone that you can navigate your way through the bush. If you can find things like that, then you'll feel confident. We're just driving up to the front gates of Skippy Park. I think it's right here. Is that Namba? Yeah. Namba. Don't know what this place is. This is new. Not sure what that's all about. You see it? Primary school. Wow. Primary school tucked in this far.
Look at that, would you?
I know.
Oh my God.
Size, just residence.
Oh, is that the one that they do the show on?
Maybe that's the one with the show that you were talking about.
Yeah, that maybe. That is.
Maybe that is it.
Oh, look at
just see if there's any private property signs. We probably didn't even have to walk around the way we did. You could probably just park here and go through the front entrance.
Why did we?
Is that gate open? It's open. That car that was open has gone in. Get that phone and take a picture. There he is. He's down there.
Yeah.
He's coming back out again.
Yeah, but he works there.
Possibly. Wow.
Turn to the side.
Construction site, do not enter. You got it?
Hang on, stop. Oh, God.
Hang on, we'll go back out again.
Yeah, he saw us.
Maybe, that's why he came in.
Yeah, he saw us.
So this is another way you can get in, down here, and turn left. You could have parked just here. Yeah, probably this was the place to park. This looks a lot easier. Is there a private driveway here as well? It doesn't say private. You could probably get in behind there and do it no problem. Now this was the house that we could see in the grounds. He was coming back out again. Can you see his car?
No. It's fine.
He's probably closing the gate if anything. Danger. Construction site. Do not enter.
Construction. What about construction?
I know. But that gate was closed before. Yeah. You got that camera? I'll take a few pictures from here. All right, that's it from Skippy Park. Waratah Park up here in Duffys Forest. Thanks for joining us from the Icon and myself. Until we see you on the next adventure or explore. Adios.